What's up, guys? Big Papa Drock here, coming at you today in Etheria Restart. Yes, I have been playing Etheria Restart, and I am excited to dive into why this game is freaking awesome, especially if you are an anime fan like I am. I have been having a blast playing Etheria over the last week or so, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. And speaking of, I'm going to have a download link in the comments and description below. Make sure to use my download link. And a big thank you to Etheria Restart for sponsoring today's video. So guys, if you want to help the channel out, if you want to check out a cool new game, make sure to check out that link. And before I get any further into it, one of the first things I want to tell you is I've got a union, which essentially is Etheria's version of a clan called Drock Bros. And if you use my link, I would love for you to come and join it. We've got 28 spots open. The union is just starting. And if you want to come play with me in Etheria, I would love to have you. So we need people. So use the download link, jump in the game, and come check it out. But Etheria is a game that I was super excited to get a chance to cover. And I think the number one thing that stands out to me with this game is, you know, obviously I am someone who talks about anime on my streams, and I know a lot of people that watch this channel enjoy anime as well. But the graphics in this game are absolutely insane. And I'll take you into a battle so you can see, but that is the very first thing that really caught my eye when I started playing Etheria was, I mean, it looks phenomenal. The style looks phenomenal. The characters look phenomenal. If you like anime, like this is kind of the thing that's just absolutely grabs you. And I've never played a game like this before. You know, I've obviously played things in this genre, but I've never played a game that has this style of graphics that look this good, first and foremost, and that are very anime-esque. So that is something that for me personally, I absolutely love. And when I tell you that the actual animations themselves of characters are top tier, I am not joking. They are fantastic. So I'm going to jump into Arena here quickly just to show you what I'm talking about, because I think the first thing that we notice when we play games like this is, what's it look like, right? Does it look good? Does it look bad? And thankfully, Etheria looks fantastic. So let's go ahead and jump in. We'll do a quick little battle here. I'm still very new. I'm learning my way as I play, and I'll show you all the cool things about Etheria that I think make it different from other, you know, titles out there, and especially from Raid, which is a good thing because, you know, if I'm playing a game, I want it to try to be a little bit different. So let's go ahead. We'll slow this down. Perfect. We're not on auto, so you can see all the animations. They look gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. What's great about the interface here, first and foremost, you have turn order at the bottom, which, you know, everyone knows how much I care about actually being able to see the turn order, which is fantastic. You got a really clean interface, clean UI, where it's very easy to tell exactly what's going on with your characters. You can also click this and get a better idea of their buffs or debuffs and what's going on in that regard also. But just take a look at these animations. So we're going to go ahead and boost our crit rate here. Looks sick already. Then we're going to go to our defense down. Watch this, guys. First off, just the detail on this is absolutely insane, but it's freaking epic, bro. It's epic. Like every character's abilities look this freaking badass. So that has been something that I absolutely love. Absolutely love. And again, I've had a chance to build a handful of heroes at this point. I definitely need to build more, but it's just so nuts how good this looks. And again, we're slowing it down here. This is at its absolute slowest, so you can really admire it. But look at the graphics. I'm on a laptop, by the way, guys. I'm on a freaking laptop and it looks that good, which is nuts. This is one of my favorites. Oh, this Phoenix just fire burning people, annihilating them with crits. So yeah, needless to say, it absolutely caught my interest when I saw that. And so I wanted to share that first and foremost before we get into the game itself and some of the things that I've really been enjoying about it. I'm going to do a handful of videos on this to start. I'm going to do a big summoning video next. So I don't want to get too into the summoning in this video, but I do want to say this. One of my biggest gripes with Raid, and you guys know this, is how unbelievably unplayer friendly the summoning system is. That is not the case in Etheria. Etheria is the polar opposite. First and foremost, there are opportunities to get guaranteed animus, which are their version of heroes, within 80 summons. So if you pull 80 crystals or 80, I guess is what they're called in this, or cards or something, you're guaranteed to get that specific hero. That is awesome. I love that there is that level of player friendliness in this game. And you can see they have a bunch of different types of summons over here, right? What's also really cool about the summons is that you can actually get their version of kind of like void champions, which are disorder and constant champions from a variety of summons. So it's not just like one specific type of shard like raid. You can even get them from a normal summon over here. And you can see the probabilities are also better overall than what raid offers. So you have a 25% chance of getting those and a 75% chance of getting other essentially SSR, which equates to legendary champions. So like I said, I'm going to do a video that goes deeper into summons, but just right off the bat, the more I play different games, the more I realize how much I enjoy summoning systems that are actually player friendly and that allow you to get the champions or the heroes, or in this case, the animus that you really want to have for your account without having to go absolutely crazy, whether you are a free to play player or whether you are a spender. So you can see I have a lot of summons ready. The summoning video is going to be a lot of fun, but I just wanted to call that out because I really, really, really enjoy that they have put something in the game that is that player friendly. One of the other things that I think is cool too is how you build your champions. So there's some similarities here in terms of like crit rate and accuracy and speed and things of that nature. These are things that will be familiar to anyone that's played a game in this style. And then also you can see their skills down here and they read exactly what they do, which is pretty cool. One of the differences here though is that as you upgrade them, it actually changes the text up here in the actual skill readout. So I think that's pretty nice too. You never have to guess as to what the skill is going to do or try to do any math. It just tells you straight up. But they have this module system that I think is so unique, or at least not something that I have ever seen in a game where, yeah, you have certain, like this is your headpiece and you have certain things that have certain stats. But if you come over here to the right side, you can pretty much equip basically the same exact thing in different slots. So you'll see here, I've got crit rate in 2 different slots on the right. And you can mix and match. This is the Swift Rush set. You can mix and match these different essentially module types to get bonuses. So if you look here, you'll see I have 7 Swift Rush because I've got multiple of these boots. It actually counts. You can get up to 3, I believe, on each module. And so it gives you that total as to what you're going to get here. Like 4 gives you certain things, 8 gives you more. You can see right here, 4 gives you 8% speed, 8 gives you 20, 12 gives you 35%. There is an insane amount of build customization and uniqueness in this game that really doesn't exist in anything I've played before because of this module system. So you literally can put all different sorts of modules in here, effect accuracy, crit rate. I think there's an HP percentage one, all different sorts of stuff that you can put in here. And you've got a ton of different types as well. So these are their matrices. These are the different types of things they do. Like I said, Swift Rush is something that allows you to have more speed, for example. Onslaught gives you more attack. Some of that will be familiar, but just the customizability of this, I think, is really, really, really cool and something that I am enjoying figuring out and playing with. And again, there's a lot of depth, so it's going to take me time to fully understand it. But the other thing that's really cool here is this shell system. And this is super, super interesting because these shells you farm from dungeons essentially, and you have a lot of different types of shells. I've been farming a couple of different dungeons, so I don't have a ton at the moment as of yet. But they also come with different abilities themselves. So they have their own matrix abilities, which gives you even more customizability. So I just think that's kind of a cool thing where you have not a cookie cutter way to build your hero or your animus, right? You've got a lot of different strategy you can put into building your hero. And of course, that matters when you're going into things like PVE or going into PvP, for example. Everybody knows I'm a PvP guy, so I'm still figuring out that side of it. But the PvE aspect of this game is also really sick as well. So we're going to take a look at that in a second. First, you've got like things like this that allow you, these are kind of your quests. So think of these as similar to your Arbiter missions if you're coming from raid, where you have an opportunity to earn, different lattices that allow you to scale up your champions or essentially XP to level them up faster. So they have a lot of different kind of player-friendly things to let you progress quickly, which I think is great as well. All right, let's jump into the PvE aspect. So the first thing I want to highlight with PvE is this game has an actual story, which I know is shocking to those of us who have played other games like Raid, but there is an actual story. There is dialogue. There is even voiceover, though it is in Japanese or Chinese. I chose Japanese. But I think that's something that I really didn't realize that I was missing, is an actual story, a reason to do things. And it's something that I notice the more I play, the more I really enjoy. That may be something that's your cup of tea. It may not be, but for me, it's great. If you don't like it, you can always skip through it. But again, as someone who enjoys watching anime, I've kind of felt like I'm in an anime playing this game a little bit. So we're not going to go deep into it. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I did just want to call it out because I think it's a nice feature for this game to actually have a fleshed out story with actual voiceover work. But beyond the story, there is an insane amount of PVE content in this game if that is your jam. I have barely scratched the surface of it in the last couple weeks since I've been playing, but I'll just go ahead and show you some of it. And you can see here, there are different categories that allow you to do different things. So for example, Grim Pursuit gives you different shells when you do that. And then, Threshold drops modules. I've been farming a ton of this. There's also more levels, I believe, that open up. But I've been farming a lot of this one called Doki Doki, which is pretty challenging, honestly. I'm still figuring out how to advance in this. And again, I'm still very early game, but just an insane amount of PVE content in this game, which I think is great. Like you have a lot of different things that you can do beyond like just tinkering with your builds. Like you actually have different challenges you can put in. And they also have a lot of limited time stuff that comes in so far. So they have limited events you can see here. I haven't had a chance to do these yet, but really, really, really cool that they actually bring in a lot of special modes to the game as well for you to try out and check out and play. And on that note, again, speaking of things that they do in terms of giving you stuff, they've got, let me see here if I can find it, events. Yes. So you can see all the different events here. This is pretty cool. They had a different event before this. This one is called Candy Party. Where you get like little things and then bingos. You can see here I'm picking up some Hydra Crystal, which is like the currency in this game, just for completing different objectives, as you play, which again is nice. The biggest thing with this game is it is massively, massively player friendly. They have lots of giveaways of champions. Again, this is a free one here, Ling Luo. You can earn just by doing different things, kind of equivalent to, in some ways, like your Arbiter if you're coming from Raid. But I would say not nearly as hard to get. Significantly easier to get some of these champions. And then of course it takes time to level them up and build them. But I think that's nice that you actually have an opportunity to get the champions that you really want. So let's go in here and let's actually run one of the Grim Pursuit dungeon style things together so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. I have actually never tried this. I just unlocked it. So this will be my first time trying it. Hopefully I win. We'll see. So I have no idea what to expect. And I haven't built things. Oh man, she's a high level. Oh no, so we'll throw Leah, Nahor, Sanya, and Gray. These have been my 4 go-to heroes or animuses when it comes to beating anything. We'll go up to ×2 here. So you can go on auto, of course, so you can do auto, which is pretty cool. One of the other really nice things, and I'll show you this in a second, that I love when it comes to just playing this game is how they allow you to farm. They have legitimate, real background battles. So you can be farming a Grim Pursuit or farming another area of content and play a different area of content like Arena at the same time. So you have the ability to play Arena, for example, while you're farming a dungeon, which is a blessing. Thank you, God. Finally, somebody has allowed us to do this because that is one of my biggest pain points, I think, at this point in Raid is you can't do that in that game. But in Etheria, you can. So it allows you to tinker with your builds, of course, while you're farming. You can also jump into Arena. You can even do another like dungeon, essentially. So you can basically do 2 different pieces of content at once. Looks like we're cooking right now. I feel like we're doing pretty well. This is again the normal level. So I would hope that my team is good enough. It's still pretty low level. Again, I'm still new, which is why I need people in my union, guys. So make sure to use my download link and join my union, Drock Bros, because I need people to help me grind their version of Clan Boss. But I've just been having a blast so far. I mean, frankly, it's nice to play something different. And this is so different than anything else I've ever personally played. I kind of wonder why I never got into these games earlier, right? Again, as someone who loves anime and has watched a ton of anime, this is right up my alley. So, by the way, let me know in the comments down below if you're into that as much as I am. If you're not into it, totally understand. Everything is specific to each individual person, but I will say the systems in this game warrant checking it out, even if you're not a massive anime fan. But so we won. Okay, so you get 3 stars for this, I believe, for clearing it in under a minute. Obviously, I didn't get that done here. And even then, we got a little summon, an anima prototype. So this is what you use for summoning in this game. And you know what? I can't help myself. Even though this is not my summoning video, I will do some summoning just because why not? But let me show you what I was talking about with the background battle system, because I think it's so cool that this is actually something they've done. So I can go in here to Doki Doki. I haven't managed to beat Hard 1 yet. You can see there's a lot of levels all the way up to Inferno that drop varying levels of, I believe, shells in this one. So a lot of different challenges. You go to continuous battle. You can set up to 8 at a time right now. If I get this 3-star, then I can set up to 10 at a time. Basically, I just start the battle. I go in here. You can see, again, everything looks fantastic graphically. And once again, I am on a laptop, so it would look even better if I weren't. But we just go to battle. And then all I can do here is it goes heads, it does its thing. I just back out. And what's cool is it's still working. It's still doing it in the background. And just to show you, I can literally go over to the arena and I can fight an arena battle. And then you can see there's multiple types of arena as well. There's like a Summit Arena, I think is their version of super, it's either Fearless or Summit that's like global PvP, super hardcore. I'm still figuring it out. Etheria is kind of their like basic stuff. That's where I belong right now. I haven't earned the right to be in the other arenas yet. Although I could play them, I haven't gotten to that point in my skill set. I don't want to get completely clapped. But I can sit in here and I can actually do an arena battle while that dungeon is going on in the background. I mean, that is freaking awesome. So we'll set this to auto. I got my team in here. We'll just let them cook, baby. We'll let them cook. My boy Gray cooking. That's Sonya now. She's my healer and reviver. This is Nahor, I think his name is, who does like control with freeze and defense down. And then boom, in comes Leanne, drops the big nuke, get hammered. These aren't even super incredible animus, by the way. These are mostly what you start with, except for Nahor. So I haven't done any summoning or a massive amount of summoning yet because I wanted to wait until I did a video on it. But as a fun thing to do, we'll go ahead and we'll do a little bit of summoning here. We'll just pull a 10. We'll pull a 10. I don't want to go nuts. But the other thing about summoning, again, I'm going to do a whole video on that. And so just so you can see, we're back here. We're still grinding, still doing what it's supposed to do. But we'll go into summons quickly. We'll pull a 10 and we'll do it on just the permanent summons. So I've got 190. We'll rip a 10. Every 10 you pull, by the way, you get a guaranteed SR unit. So that's the purple unit. So guaranteed SR with every single 10 pull, which is pretty awesome. So you're guaranteed something decent pretty much every time you summon. And then this is their summoning animation, Animus linked. And hey, let's go. Okay, well, that was awesome. Completely unexpected, but we'll take it. We just got ourselves an SSR, got ourselves a Heinrich. Hey, the summoning system is a lot fairer than anyone realized. Okay, that's awesome. So that's essentially a legendary character that we just got literally off of that. I can't believe that. That's freaking incredible. This is not rigged. That's so awesome that actually happened. So we should have an SSR here as well, or excuse me, an SR. I think that pops up as well. At least I believe so. Or no, I guess this is like a minimum of SSR or a minimum of SR. So I got an SSR, so that counts as my SR. Dude, that's freaking awesome. I got a legendary. That's never happened to me. I feel like whenever I do a video like this and just do like kind of rip a bonus summon. So what a great way to end the video. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff to do, right? I'm still discovering it. Again, I would love for you to join my union, guys. If you use my link, so link down in the comments below, down in the description below, make sure to use that to jump in. And I do need people in my union. So just search Drock Bros, send an invite. Would love to have you here. They've got the whole clan boss thing. I'm like super weak, obviously, because it's just me and one other person at this moment, since we're just starting. But we need people. So if you use my link and if you download the game, let me know in the comments down below. I really, really appreciate it. It helps me out. And if you want to join my union, just send the invite and I will let you in. First 28 people are who gets in. Doesn't matter your level, just as long as you use the link. So that's pretty much the gist of it, guys. Again, there's a lot for me to discover. I'm still very new, but on graphics alone, this thing had me completely in a chokehold. So once I saw the graphics, once I saw how the Animus looked and the way just the combat felt, it was one of those things where I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to play this game. And I can't believe I just pulled a freaking SSR on this video. That's so hype. So let me know if you guys have played Etheria. If you haven't, if you're using my download link, I want to shout out Etheria again. thank you so much to Etheria Restart for sponsoring this video and sponsoring the channel. So grateful to them. And again, I'm going to have more videos coming, and I cannot wait to do this massive summoning video because I can't wait to show just how much better the summoning system is in this game than it is in pretty much anything else I have played to date. So I'm really, really, really excited to share that so you can see for yourself that you can actually get the animus or the heroes that you want instead of missing out all the time or getting stuff you don't want, because God knows I am so tired of that. I am very tired of that. And you all have seen my videos. I'm exhausted. We still have to work on this team, by the way. That was only a C ranking. So don't judge me. Don't judge me, guys. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it, guys. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you in another Etheria Restart video soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Big Papa Drock out.